The Duckhead of Scorn uses their powers in a negative reinforcement fashion to try and get you to change your behavior for the better.
The funny thing is, after I opened him up, all I found was blood and organs. There was no treasure at all.
Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this. And yes, I discovered yesterday that people with ADHD do actually have problems with executive function. That's the part of your brain that can make you make decisions and do things. And so, yeah, when I've talked about people having executive dysfunction, especially me, it's an actual real thing. It's not just a thing I'm talking about. So, yeah, it's you've got difficulties. Yay, brain structures. And it is a nice, not quite sunny day, but it is a nice day today. And I slept, and that was good. Not all the way through. And toward the end, I woke up. But it was okay, and that's fine. A very good thing. So yay on that. And of course, front loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that too would be very awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be very, very cool. I do my best to answer as many as I can as my executive dysfunction will allow. So thumbs up on that. And of course, I'd like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are, in fact, literally beautiful and literally awesome. Without them, I would be hosed like a literal Christmas monkey, and I don't want to be hosed like a Christmas monkey. I and my pets, my kitty cat, my hamster, thank each and every one of these people for all of their help. If you'd like to become a patron, there are links in the video description. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there's a PayPal. If you'd like to help me out without the PayPal, there's an Amazon wishlist link with cat food on it, so thumbs up for that. Front loading of videos over? Yay! So, yeah, I've been surviving, and that's good. After yesterday's vlog, the mail showed up. I've got a letter from Social Security about my disability, saying that I haven't answered them on the last 2 times they've tried to get information from me, and if they don't get an answer from me on this letter within 20 days, they're just going to cut off my disability, and I'll be doomed. I don't remember ever getting any other letters, but ADHD and more. So, yeah. So I gotta call them up today, because even though within 20 days of the letter is the 24th of this month, that's still, some do that time's getting close, and I don't really trust the mail in the US anymore, so joy on that. So I'm gonna call them up, and I gotta talk to them and do my interview over the phone, or however it's gonna be done, for the disability, because if I get taken off of that, I will die, because I can't work. And without that, I will become homeless, and you can't plug a sleep apnea machine into a sidewalk, and with all of the various issues that I have, I'll be dead soon. So, yeah, gotta get that done. Oh, joy. Oh, excuse me. Tummy's a little upset. I've been having major problems with time blindness today. Normally, Stratera, I take it at 5:30. By about 6:15, time has slowed down to the normal 1 second takes 1 second crawl. It's not like that today. I took it at 5:30, and at 7:30, it's 7:59 now. It was like, oh my gosh, look at the time. So, it's zooming. It is zooming. Yay on that. But still, I am surviving. I went for walkies last night. I do the standard walk to Walmart now, instead of just walking around in downtown again. Occasionally, it's just time to make a change, and this is the time to make the change. It's kind of a more boring walk, but it's got more stressors because there's more hills to get out of downtown Shelton into northern Shelton, because southern Shelton's hills and mountains, downtown Shelton is in a valley, and northern Shelton is out of the valley up onto the plateau part. So you go down into downtown Shelton, then you gotta climb all the way back up and out to get onto the big road that goes to Walmart. So yeah, there's a long period of about a half mile or more where you're climbing a couple hundred feet. Thumbs up for that. It's good exercise. I do enjoy it. It's quite fun. Well, fun in it's stuff to do while and feeling good and looking at the world and thinking sort of thing. Thumbs up for that. Yay. And of course, don't ask me if it's just because of Shelton, because of Washington State, because of the United States, who knows. But everybody is yelling stuff out of cars when they drive by. Everyone forgets that if you're traveling quickly, you don't have time to say a lot. And then I only recently figured out myself that the loudness of the car is going to affect how much the person outside hears. Normally, when I'm walking down the streets and then somebody drives by and yells something, it'll be like, Shemanawa. And it's like, oh, Shemanawa to you too. Now, if you to keep it short and loud, like sometimes people will do things like bark like a dog as they drive by. Okay, I can hear and understand that, but if you're going to make a sentence, it has to be short, really pithy, and said loudly. Otherwise, I mean, once as I heard like, a Kleenex, okay. So, yeah, thumbs up. But that happens like every other day. Somebody is yelling stuff at a car, so it's not just at me, they yell at everybody, you know. And then there's other homeless type. There's this one homeless fellow. Haven't seen or heard him in a while, so hopefully he's still okay. I don't know how this person hasn't blown their throat out yet. They yell, they have mental issues. So whenever they see somebody walking, they start yelling like all sorts of just derogatory, horrible slurs. Point being, though, they're yelling in the kind of foghorn, projecting, you're hurting yourself kind of voice. So that goes for blocks. And when you're pushing that hard, you're going to blow your voice out. I've done that. It's not fun. So I don't know why this person feels the need to yell horrible derogatory slurs at absolutely everybody that walks by in a foghorn voice, but thumbs up. Hey, there but for the grace of all of our own mental issues, go we. Past that, I have just had major problems trying to stay awake again, of course. I have watched videos, I have listened to music, I've played games, I have struggled with my depression, I have struggled with my executive function, but still, I exist. That's a good thing. My housemates are up and being very organic outside there. I don't know if you can hear, my mic is not good at picking that sort of stuff up, and I play background music and the like, but they're coughing and hacking and yakking. Thumbs up. It's fun to being organic. It is. Past that, just surviving. I have been thinking about various things as I can. Not a whole lot, especially with the whole time blindness stuff, and then by the time when I go walkies this late in the day, the meds have been in my system for a good 16 hours by then or so. I'm not really feeling the full benefits any longer, so it's harder to think creatively. Some of the things that I have thought about is people have asked questions like, what is the story behind the duck and the horse mask back here? I used to make a big thing about it where, you know, at the end of my videos I talk about what their message for us, but these are cosmic entities, the duck head of scorn and the horse head of encouragement. They are cosmic level beings. In terms of power on the cosmic horror scale, I have said there are Gokura, which is us. There is Gekire, you get us, a little bit of power, that's them, little predator. There is Gekiri, predator. There is Gekiru, armored predator. And then there is the Gekira, only one of them, Amaterasu. These creatures would be Gekiri level beings. They are mid-level strength, but they spend their time, actually the bulk of their time, not all of it, interacting with human beings. The Duckhead of Scorn uses their powers in a negative reinforcement fashion to try and get you to change your behavior for the better. The Horsehead of Encouragement uses positive reinforcement to trying to get you to change your behavior for the better. And these two beings, go about the cosmos, wherever there happen to be intelligent beings, trying to do their best to change people's behaviors for the better. Now, the pig up there, of course, is just a cosmic trickster being, and it's just doing what it does to try and take the piss, because it just, it's going to try and take him down a peg. That's what it does. Whenever you've got too much hubris, well, the pig is there. It too is a cosmic being. How about that? So these are just the physical representations thereof. On the creative front, with my creative setting that I've been talking about since forever and tried to give a quick run over the big setting of the past couple days with the whole multiverse and cosmic horrors, I did want to mention, because one of the beings, the creatures, the characters of the story and their character arc that's really been sticking with me, where I've been thinking about a lot, is the doppelganger Henrik, and how after the creature, the kaiju, goes rampaging through Apple Rock and eats so many people, they come to the realization that they are a person, they are a man, they're not just a monster. Now, my question has been positing all this is this an internal or an external change? Because would they have changed had it not been for the kaiju and all of the gases that it emits to change people's behavior with compounds that everyone in Apple Rock is basically drugged and manipulated in this fashion? Would Henrik have changed if he had not been under the influence of these compounds? That's a question that I really want to bring up and try and do my best to make people wonder. Because even though they have changed, it is an organic change. They had felt things, and with the effect of the compounds affecting their behavior and thinking, those natural changes combined with that turned them into what they are today. A man that has chipped away the monster to be as much of a human, well, not much of a man as they can be. And that was Henrik's journey. I also have been really thinking about this other character, Gregor, who is, in the context of all this, a business person in the Crimson Kingdom, one of the boroughs there. For business purposes, they go traveling when it's time for them to feed on human beings, because they're a doppelganger too. But like Henrik, who at 80 years of age matured to the point that they no longer fed just extravagantly. They no longer fed because they could. They didn't just eat people because they could eat people. Henrik started only eating when he needed to. 3 people a year, no more, no less, or he would have died. This other doppelganger, Gregor in the Crimson Kingdom, at 100 years of age, same change. Settling down in the Crimson Kingdom. And through the decades that have passed, they had been feeling something, watching the human beings around them, wondering what it is they have, and wanting to actually be a part of that. So on a business trip to the Apple Rock, they discover Henrik. And being a doppelganger, they recognize and they have a talk. And it's during that talk that Henrik gets the chance to say, where did you find all this stuff? It's in the Procter and Heath, the insides version of the Wikipedia, that talks about how doppelgangers are just monsters. They hide behind the mask of a human being so that they can feed. And Henrik says, no, I can tell you as a doppelganger, that's not true. I may have started off as a monster behind the mask, but I have been chipping away the monster to reveal that mask is actually me. I've been chipping away the monster to reveal the man underneath. I may not be a human being, but I am a man. You are feeling what you are feeling, I think, because of that. You are settling down. You are feeling because you are watching the others around you. Your voice tells me you want to learn how to hide better. Your body and your face lights up when you hear what I have just interacting with people. So Gregor goes back to the Crimson Kingdom, and with the advice told, the first time you come across someone in your shop, tell them that you've wanted to speak, but you're awkward. You can't find the words. You don't know how to relate. And that will open up the doors. And so they do. Somebody who, before they left on their business, was going to become married. And on return, their that's nice, dogs outside. Their boyfriend has been eaten. And when they see this, remembering what Henrik has said, they say awkwardly, something along the lines of, I can't even say it right now because I've been distracted by the dogs and such. But they say such along the lines of, thank you, we wondered, now that I know that you cannot easily interact. And then word gets around the neighborhood, and after a couple of years of them being invited to things and being a part of things, they're just out walking when one of these people comes up and says, Gregor, my friend, I have been searching for you. I wanted to tell all my close friends first, and then tells them about how their child, who had gotten married in the last year, they and their partner have had their very first baby. And Gregor feels pleasure at the older man's pleasure, and then shocked and amazed at how good they feel that the person hunted them down as a friend to tell them. And then in that moment of just, you can't intellectualize it, it has to be experienced, they see the web of community and ties and knots and how they are a part of it, and it's overwhelming. For the first time, something they wondered if they could feel, they feel like a human being. And so, I think those are, again, kind of important character arcs for the Razor's Edge and the Inside Outside, because as much as I talk about the horrors of you can be eaten at any time, as much as there's the horror of the kaiju, effectively a fallen, chained, malevolent, dark god of death, as much as there's just horror aplenty, there's also so much joy and pleasure there. It is a good thing. It's not bad. I wouldn't go there, but I barely leave the room of this house because of my social anxieties and such. But it is a beautiful place, as much as it's terrifying as well. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank how many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. It's never many, but anything more than 0 is awesome. Thank you. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count in American Sign Language, well, you already know my brain. We have Jesse Koskinen. Always good to see you in the comments, my friend. And, let's hope. And Tranigan334, thumbs up. Thank you very, very much. JAYY, good to make you laugh. And thumbs up and thank you. Good to see you in the comments. Lord of Sadness, thank you. Zucumber, thumbs up and thank you much. Tommy Nelson, greatly appreciated. Kryptonite, always good to see you as well. Coming to appreciate seeing you in the comments too. Jacob, thumbs up and thank you. Oddity, greatly appreciated. Marlon Wolfgang, thank you very, very much. We have Ben B, good to see you in the comments as well. And then there's a name and comment in Arabic. It is a nice comment. I used Google Translate. I did not check the name. So unfortunately I can't pronounce the name, but thank you very, very much. And then there is TS, and thank you, 13 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only for a short time and if only in text. Thumbs up for that. Well, Hokey Smokes, as stated, I gotta call the SSI so that I don't die homeless on the streets. And past that, I've just got various little things that I can hopefully get done. This is going to use up a large chunk of what I'm going to be able to do for the day because I have been freaked out ever since I've gotten it. So, yay. And of course, Covfefe bug's still a raging. No matter where you are, please just take the appropriate precautions for your area. Be the last one to let your guard down because you don't want to get taken down with the others. Just be cautious, be careful, be safe. Don't throw your body under the corpse pile before you have to. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, both a threat and a promise. And that is, in fact, a very good thing.